David.
Said I,
with his rock and sling.
said
I don't want to meet him.
said I,
He's a dangerous man.
said I'm serving and rest a while.
Throughout the uplifting gospel documentary film Rejoice and Shout, something baffling occurred. Instead of letting decades-old gospel performances that most of the audience has never seen be captivating in their own right, the editor or director decided the film needs double or sometimes triple boxes just to make things visually interesting, a la Woodstock and Martin Scorsese. Although it worked in Woodstock, it's not working here. The second image was blurry and a little distracting at times. Speaking of blurry, a good portion of this movie not involving sit-down interviews is out of focus, attributable to the fact that the filmmaker was using very old B-roll, consisting primarily of old stock footage, photographs, and album covers. This makes the film look as though it was put together in a few days by someone who was just learning Final Cut Pro, downloaded most of the videos off of YouTube, and then forgot to render the whole thing. This is a shame, too, for I have very ambivalent feelings towards Rejoice and Shout, tracing the history of gospel music from slavery to modern times with great insight and even better tunes. The interviews with historians and legends of gospel music, including Smokey Robinson and Mavis Staples, go a long way to providing anecdotal insight into the hearts and minds of decades-old gospel artists that we're watching and listening to on the screen. I am having a hard time recommending the flick, however. As a moviegoer, I don't think this movie was made any greater or more grand by being on the big screen, especially considering half of the screen is blank and the audio is tinny during the performances because the editor was unable to correct the audio and the footage is old. But the fact remains, if Rejoice and Shout is on your radar, you are a gospel fan, a gospel singer, or want to be. If so, you should see this movie as soon as possible. It has some truly great performances, and the many technical failings are easily overcome by fandom. Therefore, Rejoice and Shout is somewhere between musical heaven and technical hell. It is assuredly a celebration of a music that is a celebration of God, community, and faith.
The sound.
And that alone is worth the price of admission, if you ask me.